That gets me every time, dude.
What is going on, everybody?
Yo.
Welcome back to Sports at Night, coming at you live, wherever you may be watching and however you may be watching. As always, I'm your host, Todd Knight, and joining me, I got Jevon Superman Miller.
You know, I get nervous, Todd, every
Why?
time we do these live shows, man.
Why?
Because I don't know what I'm going to say most of the time, man.
Well, you know what? You ought to know kind of what you're going to say because we've been doing this for a year now.
What?
That's right. This actually marks the 1-year anniversary of the birth of Sports at Night.
Whoa.
So thank you to all of our fans, and especially, and especially those of you who casted your votes over the last week to decide the topics. We wanted to do something different to give you guys a true voice to determine the outcome of how this show is actually going to go down. So I just want to call out, just a few people. I don't like singling anybody out exactly, but for the sake of argument, I am going to do it today. So
You're going on trial, baby.
Jags, Michelle Morgan, definitely want to give you some love for that. If you were the first one to vote and you did it like 3 seconds after the post was made, that's remarkable. I love the interaction. I love the action on that.
She's a Jaguar fan?
Yes.
Oh,
And with the Houston Texans as well, which is interesting considering, her husband and her,
wow.
Jags, Texans.
But just to let you know, I think your team's going to the Super Bowl this year.
So there's that. And let me just throw out some other ones here just real quick. Chris Stice, you voted for the 49ers. No surprise, but you did cast a vote. We appreciate that. Jason Hodnett, you called out for the Browns.
Woo.
Thought that was really, really interesting. I gave you some flack for it last Tuesday.
Looking good, too,
but,
kid.
Hey,
preseason been nice for the Browns.
Kind of feeling
man.
it right now.
Yeah, preseason been nice for the Browns, man.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
And we even got one vote for the Atlanta Braves. Thank you, Will Trahan, for that one.
Oh yeah, man, that's the greatest football team of all time, Trahan. Thanks, man.
It was a very brave move indeed.
Yeah. Trahan.
Anyway.
Well, one team we won't be talking about, Trahan. Not today, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not feeling too patriotic right now.
No, not at all. I put my flags away.
Anywho, just to throw out just a few more out there, we actually had one vote for the Shreveport Captains, which was really, really interesting, and even a fictitious team from the movie The Replacements way back in the day with Gene Hackman and Keanu Reeves, the Washington Sentinels. I would have loved to have talked about some Joe Flacco, or not Flacco, but Shane Falco. Excuse me.
You know what's so cool about that movie was? I thought that Keanu Reeves made the best washed-up quarterback I've ever seen.
He kind of looked like it.
He really looked just washed up.
Yeah,
He looked
especially
terrible.
at the bottom of the ocean in that boat and everything, just that
man.
raggedy ass boat. Yeah,
Great movie, by the way.
I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed that.
I really did. Yeah. Good job, man.
But,
We had some good votes.
yeah, we did, and Brian did cast a serious vote. Brian Wells, I'm referring to. He actually threw out the Captains and the Sentinels just for giggles and stuff.
Yeah.
Broncos happening, tied with 2. The Detroit Lions. Thank you, Diamond. Thank you to my lovely wife, Hazar. Casting votes for the Lions. The Lions Den is here in action. So those 2 teams actually tied for second place.
I had a biased vote.
I can't imagine why.
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
All
But
right.
obviously, given our audience and our locale, the New Orleans Saints drew the most votes.
I knew they were going to win.
Yeah, and I knew that was going to happen too. But, I'll go ahead and say it. Erica Green, thank you for your vote. Luann, thank you for your vote as well. Derek Forney
Of course.
was part of the show.
Course,
I mean, I did not have any idea what direction you were going to go.
Not at all,
But it
Derek.
happened. New Orleans Saints, Who Dat Nation, Bronco Nation, the Lions Den. It's all here, and we're covering it all today.
I have to say I'm shocked that the Cowboys didn't win up a little more. I mean, and this, and this showing sympathy towards you, Todd, because we are in cowboy country. It's split.
It really is.
It's split 50-50. So
we
I'm
don't have very many Cowboys fans that interact with the show.
Ooh, I wonder why. Will Trahan. I mean, the guy he bashes your boys down, man. Every chance he get, don't he?
Hey, bring it. As long as we bring it on the field, I could care less what he's got to say on that part.
Oh yeah.
But
man.
yeah, let's go ahead and get down to business here.
All right, let's eat it.
By the way, fans, yet again, thank you guys for all your votes. We definitely appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you that are not really pleased with the outcome of this, learn from it. Learn from your mistakes. Vote next time. And get other guys to vote, other women to vote. We help make your kids vote. I don't care. Every vote counts the same. It's all one vote. There is no, age limit on this thing. Every vote counts the same.
I'm playing the world's smallest violin right now. For those who don't like these teams.
Yeah, just stringing them along.
Yeah, real talk.
By the way, as always, our show is brought to you by Paul McMurray State Farm.
Paul,
where the only thing better than the policies themselves is the service that you'll be provided with.
Mm-hmm.
And you get that sweet do that he's got as well. The curls, they're rocking it all the
a
time.
handsome Paul McMurray. He'll take care of you, baby.
Paul, be sure to make note that Jevon's the one that is calling you handsome.
Hey,
Just saying.
Paul, I'm giving you love, baby. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to get you some clients, brother. Show me love
Always down with
and
that.
give me a good rate.
Might have a little something on that for you.
Straight up.
Yeah. But hey, let's leap off of insurance and everything, and let's
Right.
leap off of voting. That all starts to kind of feel a little businessy, a little political.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get down to football here. All
Something
right.
that has become business and political, but we're not going there today. We're just
No,
going
we
to talk
are
about
not.
the love of
That's
the
not
game.
going to happen. So, eeny, meeny, miny, screw it. Let's start with the Broncos.
Woo!
So, Jevon, given that you have a massive, massive voice on this one,
Yeah.
and we're hoping that Bronco Nation is tuned in as well. If you
I hope
are,
so.
please let your voices be heard.
Much
Comment
love.
right there or wherever the box is for you guys. Just comment wherever you need to. And, yeah, just right here, comment. We definitely want to hear what you got to say.
By the way, Broncos, I'm going to correct Mr. Knight. Bronco country, baby. That's what we are. We are the
Bronco
Bronco
country.
Yeah,
Excuse
yeah,
moi.
yeah. I mean, we took the nation because, we love to mess with the Raiders. So we'll take Bronco Nation, but we are Bronco country, baby. Now.
Fair enough. Okay. So with this being your team
Woo.
and everything, I'm going to let you hold the mic
Yes, sir.
for the majority of this one.
Thank you so much, sir.
So, yeah.
First off, let's start with Paxton Lynch's garbage. All right, now I'm gonna take the trash out before I get anything else going around here. And the first piece of trash I'm taking out is Paxton Lynch.
Didn't he get booed very, very, very heavily whenever he came into the preseason game?
Yes, he got booed, and he should have got hit with a beer can. But I'm pretty
A
sure.
Coors beer can.
But I'm sure when you up in Denver, that can would have been empty and it would have made it because it would have been flying in the wind because we drank up there in Bronco country. But he is a huge disappointment. Huge disappointment. Everybody thought that he was going to take up the mantle when Peyton left, and he ain't did anything but be. Well, they thought he was going to take up the mantle after Brock left, and then Trevor did his thing, but everybody expected Paxton Lynch to be our knight in shining armor.
Yeah,
he hadn't showed anything this preseason. Absolutely nothing. Hot garbage. Now let's get to a shining spot. Everybody thought that Case Keenum. In the first couple of games, they was like, oh, God, here we are. Here we go again. We got a bust of a quarterback. No way. Case came and showed what he had in game 3 like he should have. He saved it. He made great passes, man. He got the rookies involved. He got the running back involved. He got our veteran Emmanuel Sanders involved. Had him catching the ball, running the ball. I mean, it was just beautiful. It was a beautiful game to watch. Our defense once again got tested because we had to go against the great and legendary first ballot Hall of Famer Adrian Peterson. At some point, he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, I believe.
And I thought it was genius for the Redskins to snag him up after Guy suffered the injury that he suffered.
Oh, yeah, man. And he ran the ball beautifully, by the way. He made just snap cuts and it was good.
Vintage all-day Adrian Peterson.
Adrian Peterson. So no bang against my defense. That is a hard job for anyone to hold that guy. So I still think our defense is going to be good. I just think we had a rough one.
Yeah.
And plus, not to mention, we was going against Alex Smith as well. Alex Smith is still a deadly quarterback.
And you guys obviously have plenty of experience against him.
Good God, we have had a lot of experience.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City, you suck. But I'm glad he's gone. And big ups to our O-line, man. O-line. Oh, good God, man. I forgot all the holes they kept opening for Freeman, man, for him to run through them. And our O-line, and actually Case Keenum finished the game upright.
Kudos to the O-line on that one, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, granted, we're going against a Redskins defense, but it was nice to see the O-line mesh together and protect our quarterback. And that's all we want.
Mm-hmm. And like you were talking about, Royce Freeman. I mean, this running back class that came out here this year. Very, very, very solid.
Solid.
One of them obviously will be spoken about whenever we get to the Detroit Lions, but Royce Freeman, the 3rd round pick out of Oregon.
Yeah, man.
I mean, he's a nice back to have.
Great back.
You can really rely on him a lot.
Yes.
I mean, I'm kind of curious to see the way things will go whenever he and Booker get to kind of work together a little bit. That might be nice and interchangeable.
Booker got a year. He was behind CJ, so he got to really see how CJ do things.
Yeah.
So this book's second year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And then we got the new rookie who runs extreme. Matter of fact, big ups to all our rookies, man. Freeman, Sutton, and Lindsey, man. Our 2 wide receivers, man. They were excellent too.
Yeah, I really love Cortland Sutton. I mean, whenever we were doing the way too early pre-mock draft back in February or March, just right after the Super Bowl had happened.
Yeah.
And we were kind of going through. Cortland Sutton was actually somebody that I had mocked in the 1st round. Matter of fact, is a top 10 receiver. And watching him at SMU, there's a lot of characteristics that he has that's very, very similar to Julio Jones.
Oh, very, very similar, man. He can go up and get the ball, man.
Yeah.
And I seen him make some really cool catches, man. Like some catches that like the one the back shoulder pass that was thrown by Case Keenum that he just knew right where it was going to be and he turned around and got it.
Which absolutely demonstrates the fact that he and Case have been working after practice with each other, getting some of that timing down, because back shoulder is one of the most difficult routes to get in sync with your quarterback.
Yes.
Because so much of it, it's got to be very, very repetitious. Very, very repetitious.
Wow.
And guys, just want to give a quick shout out to all of our viewers here who are looking on. Josh, glad to have you watching, baby. Todd Cohen, one of my favorite clients that I have at my actual day job. So glad to have you on the show for the first time, man.
Straight up.
TC, glad to have you on. DCFL. Dallas Cowboys for life.
The blue and silver, huh, baby? That's what's up.
You have Josh Hale right now asking you who should he pick for his 4th pick on the fantasy draft.
Oh God.
Be sure to type out who your first 3 picks are, and I'll be sure to get back with you on that one.
Hey, make sure you do it, Josh. But I want to wrap it up because we still got. I know we got 2 more teams that are itching to be talked about. But I just want to say that I'm really excited about this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about this year. More than anything, I see where the work that Case and Peyton was doing together is coming together. I seen Case make some really good passes, man. Really good throws. He can make all his throws, and I just see Vance Joseph utilizing our offense a lot better this year. He's doing different things. He's making it look good, and we haven't had this kind of excitement in Bronco country for a while, man.
Since Peyton retired.
Since Peyton retired, yeah, and so it's exciting to see our offense back doing something again.
Yes, yes, I agree.
So I'm happy about that. I'm also happy about D. Ware being on our defensive coaching staff, working with the defense. I love that as well. You know how much I love D. Ware, man. I think he's amazing.
Ditto. Both of us have that very much in common for obvious reasons.
Yeah,
and I am glad that DeMarcus Ware got a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
With the Broncos. I wish obviously would have been with the Cowboys, but
hey, look, he retired with y'all at least. I mean, at least he went on and he hung up his hung up his hat with you guys. At least. But we had to get him a ring. He wasn't getting a ring over there in Dallas.
Thank you for that.
Sorry.
It's all good. Now, I can't believe you haven't even mentioned this, but I think it definitely needs to be pointed out where Bronco country is concerned, and that's that at the 5th overall pick, you had Bradley Chubb fall into your lap.
Oh man, and I forgot. Bradley got his first sack the other game. About I think like a game ago.
It was a safety, wasn't it?
It was a safety. Yeah. Came in like a hurricane. Almost looked like Von Miller III. I mean, the guy is so fast off the line.
Yeah.
Man. Woo.
He's a straight monster, dude.
I am so sorry for a lot of quarterbacks this coming season because you guys finna feel something this season. Oh, man. And don't forget, we still have Shane Ray. And don't forget, Shaq is still just as nasty as he was. Some people are going to be in some trouble.
So, you're feeling good about Orange Crush, aren't you?
I am. Again, finally, I'm hyped. Don't get me wrong. I still think that we jumped the gun on Trevor Siemian. I would have loved to have him still with us, but
yeah, no doubt about that.
Yeah, I would have. Even as a backup quarterback, I would have loved to have him still with our squad. Mm-hmm. But I am excited once again about football and Bronco football.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, just real quick here, Ian, what's up to you as well? And I know you're a big Bronco fan, so you got to be itching to get every ounce of this right now.
Suck it up, baby. We back.
Both Ericas are watching right now. Of course, Erica Green and Erica as well.
The Colorado killer herself, Erica Willis.
Loving it. Also,
who else watching this right now?
Brian Wales.
Of course, I would figure that you would have to be on.
He's sick and tired of hearing about Chad Kelly.
Are you now? I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But hey, when everything is going on with his uncle, who I'm so glad right now is cancer free.
Oh man.
So I'm definitely glad that Jim is living
awesome.
living a healthier life now.
Keep the fight going, baby.
Yes. Of course, my mother in Michigan, Lena, glad that you're on as well.
Okay.
Luann, one of the biggest Saints fans I've ever met in my life at this point. And you'll get your opportunity to hear what we got to say about Who Dat Nation.
Right up.
Diamond, don't worry, because the Lions are coming up next. So, glad you're on the show now, baby bird.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Pick up the Diamond, man.
Yes.
She cool as a cucumber. Smooth as a snake.
I don't know about the snake part, but,
Well, she's just as smooth as a snake. Not saying she is a snake. She's just smooth.
Well, I'm glad that you clarified that part.
Right.
Because that would have been a little, whoa. not so good. Man. Okay, so now that we're, I think, kind of done with the Broncos at this point.
We just got to keep waiting.
Yep.
But right now, I think we're done.
So, yeah, exactly. Broncos, we're going to gallop on over here into the Lions' den. So, Detroit.
Ooh, Rock City.
Here's where, Detroit Rock City.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss.
Yeah.
Yo, man, look here.
Hey, man, I'm going to let you ride with this one here, and I'm coming out, and I got some things I want to say myself.
Fair enough.
go
Okay,
ahead.
so the 313, this one is for thee.
Right.
The hiring all really kind of started this offseason with the hiring of Matt Patricia. And speaking on behalf of a lot of Lions fans, could not have been more excited about that move, especially with the dismissal of Jim Caldwell, who I know you have some really strong feelings about.
Who I don't think can coach worth crap, but okay.
Bye, Felicia.
Yes.
Peace.
Exactly. Peace out to your mama.
Peace, Jim.
Yep, peace.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever Patricia came on, what was really interesting was you're bringing on somebody who literally is a rocket scientist.
Yeah, knows how to win.
And he is very, very knowledgeable when it comes to multiple defensive schemes, multiple defensive fronts.
Yeah.
And he's going to be utilizing a lot of his talent that is at his disposal right now to be able to adequately make that work.
Right.
Of course, I'm talking about Ziggy Ansah, who they slapped the franchise tag on. He had a very, very quiet 12.5 sacks last year.
That's still pretty doggone good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 of which against the New York Giants. That's for you, Will. And I say that very
Will.
proudly.
Poor Will. It's okay, Will. Y'all lost all your wide receivers last year. It's okay, baby.
Yeah. And their offensive line was in shambles too. But much like the Detroit Lions, they have done some very, very serious upgrading to their running game.
Yes, they have.
Lots of people want to immediately go to LeGarrette Blount, and understandably so. The power back who's gotten a couple of Super Bowl rings now with the Patriots.
Blount is strong, yeah.
Got a fantastic relationship with Patricia, which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But I really, really love the pickup the first 2 pickups that Detroit made in the draft. The Arkansas center who has shifted over to left guard, Frank Ragnow, is nasty as all get out. He will pancake your ass more than IHOP ever thought about doing. And then they traded up to get Kerryon Johnson in the 2nd round from Auburn, the SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Takes a lot to do that, and the conference is littered with NFL prospects.
Yeah.
And watching him run, a lot of characteristics that are similar to Le'Veon Bell.
Oh, yeah.
I see some of DeMarco Murray in him as well.
But we won't call him Bell yet now.
Well,
Bell is a beast.
Bell is a beast.
Yes.
But there's the characteristics are there, and I think the potential is there also.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you recall, Bell was also a 2nd-round pick.
Yes, he
whenever
was.
he was coming out
Yes, he
from
was.
Michigan State University.
Michigan.
Yes. Darius Slay. Big play Slay. I'm loving you 2-3. He led the league last year with 8 interceptions. Absolutely smoked it. Another 2nd-round pick at that from Mississippi State.
He need to be with the no-fly zone. Good grief.
But and then I love what Detroit has at receiver. They've got 3 receivers who could be the best receiving trio in the league.
Straight up.
Marvin Jones and Golden Tate, both of which GT3.
And I'm going to tell you right now, Tate can make some catches, bro.
He's like a running back whenever he's got the ball in his hands.
Oh, my goodness, man.
As a receiver.
Him and Russell Wilson made people's lives hell for a good little minute.
For Seattle, exactly.
Yes, indeed. For a good little minute, they were.
And I thought that was a fine pickup that Detroit made back in 2014, getting him onto that squad.
Fantastic pick, man.
Yeah. Him and Marvin actually were both 1,000-yard receivers last year for the Lions. And then, of course, you have, naturally, Matt Stafford. One of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. And whenever he signed his mega extension last year, he was the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Big stat.
And man, I know a lot of quarterbacks get judged based on one thing, wins and championships.
Yeah.
Currently,
he has none.
he doesn't have any postseason wins.
Nah.
And obviously because of that, no championships to back it up.
Yeah.
But.
Yes.
That don't mean
Yes,
that he's still.
yes.
That doesn't mean that he's still not a powerful quarterback, and that he still can't put up some big numbers in the receiving. Passing.
As a quarterback, he's got a stronger arm than probably anybody playing right now.
I compare him to Brett Favre to myself.
He does have a little bit of that gunslinger mentality.
Yeah.
He definitely has Brett Favre like toughness. As well.
Boy can take a hit and get right back up.
He hasn't missed a start in 5-6 years now.
Oh man, he's amazing.
I mean,
I like Matt Stafford. Man.
He always comes to play, and
I'm a fan.
He's got himself a team around him that is slowly being built. Mm-hmm. And think about all the greatness that he has done, statistically speaking, without a running game. The Detroit Lions have not had a 1,000-yard rusher and a runner run for 100 yards in a game since 2013.
You know why? Because he has somebody called Megatron. So therefore, you don't need to run. You just throw the ball up and let Meg bring it down.
He hadn't had Megatron now in 2 years.
I know.
And I think it actually was a blessing in disguise for Megatron to retire.
I think so too.
It allows Stafford to actually go through his progressions.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Utilize the entire team.
Exactly.
Right,
see the whole field rather
than
just get tunnel vision.
Oh, my first not there. Throw it to Megatron.
Yeah,
that's basically
pretty
how
much.
Matthew Stafford played. Yeah, I like Detroit, man. I think that they are gonna be a great team. And I was talking to your wife on the phone. You were right there. You remember I told them, I said that they got to get used to this come from behind win. Because that's how Patricia do it, man. That's how the Patriots did it. The
second half adjustments.
Oh, that second half adjustments is, man, it has been the Patriots, like, it's been their go-to. It's golden. I mean, they won a Super Bowl. They came from behind the biggest deficit in Super Bowl history. You know what I mean?
I wish you weren't right, but you are.
Oh, man, look, man. Don't worry how much. I feel like daggers are sticking in my back as I say this. But it's the truth, man. They have been, and then any coach that studies underneath Bill Belichick, you know what?
For 14 years, no less.
Let me tell you something. I might not say anything about Tom Brady. I hate me some Tom Brady because I don't think he's really what people think he is. He's definitely not the GOAT. But who is the GOAT? The GOAT of coaching? His name is called Bill Belichick. And when you sit underneath that guy for that long, you're going to get some of his greatness. No, there's no way you're not going to absorb some of that greatness. And I think that Detroit is going to slowly see themselves get put in position to where they could possibly win a Super Bowl real soon.
Bring it on, Patricia.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I see it, man. Patricia got something to prove. And he's going to prove it at some point. It might not be this year, but it's coming.
Yeah. I mean, the Lions have got to be optimistic about where the future lies for the first time in decades.
Yeah.
I think at this point.
Yeah.
And furthermore, just getting this out there really quick, this is a team that needed some lifeblood to get injected into those veins.
Amen.
And what's also great, I mean, I've seen every preseason game that they've played in so far, and the fans are pretty raucous.
Oh man, they having a good time.
That preseason game that they had.
Yeah, they having a ball.
The one preseason game that they've had so far at home at Ford Field, those fans were making some noise.
Man.
I was like, yes, y'all bring it.
They feel good to put that light blue on again. You know what I mean? It's just that
I love it. I absolutely love it, man.
That baby blue look good on them again.
Correction,
baby.
Jevon, it's actually Honolulu blue.
When I was in school, we called it baby blue.
They do affectionately refer to it as Honolulu blue. That is very true.
I dig it. I'm calling it baby blue. I like baby anyway because baby's smooth. It's baby blue.
I feel like they upgraded the tight end position by actually letting Eric Ebron go. Ebron did have a good second half of the season last year, but everybody in Detroit would be the first to tell you that man has the case of the dropsies like crazy. I think Michael Roberts quietly could have a very nice, solid season. I mean, he's not going to go to the Pro Bowl or anything, but Hey,
he'll do what he needs to
Ebron
do.
wasn't going to either.
Do your job,
Yeah,
man.
you know?
All you gotta do is just do your job.
Yep.
And I think he can.
And Theo Riddick is one of, if not the best receiving back in the game at this point. I mean, the man performs outstanding as a receiver coming out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Love some Theo Riddick.
Oh.
So does my wife. Really loves Theo as well.
I do.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good, man. That's good. You know, I love it, man. I love to see teams rebuild, man. Just because I'm watching my own team rebuild. So I like to see teams, or especially winning franchises, just kind of get back to their winning ways. And I think Detroit could possibly do that for sure. You know, be getting back to the winning ways, man. They have made some really good moves, got some really good players with potential, and they could get back to winning. You know, back to their winning ways. Like I said, I don't think they're gonna get a Super Bowl or be Super Bowl contenders this year, but I see it coming really, really quickly.
I'll say in the next 3 years.
Yeah.
I can definitely
Yeah,
see
oh,
that happening. Which would be really, really, really great because the Detroit Lions have not won an NFL championship since 1957. My dad was 1 year old whenever the Lions won their last championship.
Woo!
They're one of a few teams, like 5 or so, I would guess, that have not been to a Super Bowl. Wow. The farthest that they've come that I can even recall was in the 91 season whenever they, interestingly enough, beat the Dallas Cowboys in the NFC divisional round, the last team that they beat in the playoffs, and lost to the eventual world champion Washington Redskins
You know what's so sad, man?
in the NFC Championship
It's
game.
so sad about Detroit is y'all had the greatest running back of all time. Because I don't care what anybody say. You know, I personally believe that you had the greatest running back of all time.
Barry Sanders was.
Barry Sanders, I think he was the greatest.
I mean, seriously.
You had the greatest one of the greatest wide receivers of all time.
Not simultaneously.
Not-
Although Herman Moore was on the same team
Right.
with Barry Sanders, and Herman Moore was a great receiver in his own right.
Right, but what I'm saying is we got you guys have had Hall of Famers on your squad and no Super Bowl? Oh, man. That just blows my mind. I know, it's sad.
We got some pouting going on over here.
Don't cry, Hazard. Don't cry. It's okay.
Oh, gosh.
It's sad.
All right. Anybody want to chime in? Any of the fans want to chime in on your thoughts of the Lions? Give your predictions. Love to hear what y'all got to say on that, man.
Amen. Uh-oh.
And
I think I know what's next.
I just want to throw this in here. Peyton, coming from the Broncos and everything, retired statistically, certainly as the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, passing yards, touchdowns, career wins at the time. I mean,
Absolutely.
everything.
Absolutely.
The first quarterback to win a Super Bowl starting for two different teams as well.
The only.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
First
the
quarterback to only do that.
Yeah, and he'll never. I don't see another quarterback actually doing that one. I think he's going to hold that statistic for a very long time. A very long
In this day of free agency, I would disagree with that. But it is a possibility. I mean, but
see, I think other quarterbacks can go to other teams and do it, but I don't know, can they go to other teams, start for another team, and then still take that pressure and go win a Super Bowl with it. That's what I mean by
Gotcha.
he might hold it for a long time. That's a hard thing to do, man.
All right.
You know, hey, look, we had two great quarterbacks actually try to go for it before him. You know, you had Brent Favre, he tried to do it with two teams. Then you had the great
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana. Oh man, with Kansas City, he went for it. Kurt Warner, another great Hall of Famer that went for it, and it's too much pressure. It's too hard to do that with two different franchises.
It really is.
Mm-hmm. It is. Why you think Brady won't leave the Patriots? Brady know better. He's not stupid. Tom Brady's not dumb. He's not going to go and try to win a Super Bowl with another team because it's not going to happen.
Well, the reason why I brought Peyton up.
Okay, talk to me.
Is because the man who is almost certainly going, barring anything absolutely catastrophic,
right,
is going to break some of those records this year.
Mm-hmm.
The New Orleans Saints.
Ah,
Who Dat Nation.
Oh, yeah.
Drew Brees.
Drew. I know Drew.
At this point in time, I don't think it's remotely possible to talk about the New Orleans Saints without bringing up two guys in particular. Sean Payton,
Yeah.
Drew Brees. Those two are almost as synonymous with New Orleans as Belichick and Brady are with New England.
Heart and soul.
I mean, that is absolutely how it goes.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let you kind of start a little bit on, what your thoughts are on the Saints.
Okay.
Just because I would love to hear, what your take is on it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, man. First off, the Saints haven't played their game 3 yet. They had, I don't start really paying attention to preseason to the third game. So
they play tonight against the Chargers.
Yeah, and I predict that they're going to look really good. We get to see Drew Brees with the first unit again, and we get to see Drew do what Drew does, just play magnificent football. Who Dat Nation? Forget this, man. I'm just going to go on a tangent real quick. Hey, I would have loved to seeing you guys against Philly. And everybody think I'm crazy when I say this, but let me tell you something. I watched a Tom Brady throw for 500 yards on their defense in the Super Bowl. I think that Drew Brees is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. He's not as big as Tom Brady, but I think he's a better quarterback as far as his mechanics. And I believe that he could have actually done the exact same thing. Not only that, y'all have a better running game. I would have liked to see what Philly would have did when they had a team that was balanced on offense going at their defense. I don't know. I'm not sure if Philly could have won. If Philly would have won that game, I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, they were riding the high. Yeah, they were power. They were strong and all that. But I don't know. The defense were one bad play away from getting you boys in a position to go into a Super Bowl again, and it's heartbreaking because that sucked. Now I know that the New Orleans offense is going to be just fine. They're under the helm of a very good leader. My problem is have your defense recovered, because when a defense make a mistake like that, a game altering mistake like that, will they shake back mentally? Because I've been watching a couple of these preseason games, man, and the defense hadn't been looking all that well. So I want to know, will the defense snap back and be that defense that took y'all on that winning spree last year?
Okay.
I mean, that's what I want. I really, that's what I'm interested in. I know the offense gonna click and it's gonna run, baby, run, and literally, cause y'all got two backs that are nasty.
Yeah.
So you guys go run, and Drew is gonna put that ball in the air. Oh, I love y'all offense, man. It's so balanced, man. It's a very balanced offense.
It is a very balanced offense. And obviously, I mean, we could sit here and talk about. We could make a whole freaking podcast about Drew Brees if we wanted to.
Oh, really? Oh, man,
mean,
we could just talk.
The accomplishments, everything that he's done for the city of New Orleans.
Oh, man.
All
the 5,000 yard seasons.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's ridiculous. Yeah. Absolutely ridiculous. The man has had a career in of itself just in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Not even talking about the things he did in San Diego, just what he did and have done, what he has done in New Orleans.
Man,
it's amazing.
It's crazy.
But that being said, I mean, he has been very blessed to have some gifted players to get the ball to.
Yeah.
During his tenure in New Orleans.
Yes, he have.
And right now, I'm looking at Michael Thomas. The man, and I hear Derek Forney talk about this guy all the time. He loves him some Michael Thomas because that's the first real true number one receiver that they've had since Marcus Colston had left. And he constantly is creating matchup problems. And there's nothing, as far as like his stature is concerned, there's really nothing that's that spectacular about him. But the man just goes in there and just catches 7 balls for 100 and a TD constantly. Every single week. It is a normal occurrence to see Michael Thomas ball out.
Oh,
and then, like you talked about, their two-headed monster at running back. Mark Ingram.
Ooh.
And, of course, the reigning offensive rookie of the year, Alvin Kamara.
Jeez.
I mean,
man, that's That's a 1-2 punch, man.
Yeah,
Golly.
exactly.
You know, that's like I can't compare him to Adrian Peterson because no one compares to that dude. But that's just like having just two Adrian Petersons coming out the backfield. You don't want to deal with that, man.
It is a very, very. It's awesome to watch.
It is because we have
unless you're a Cowboys fan cheering against it, or you're a Lions fan cheering against it when you're seeing it live right in front of your eyes.
It's fun
to watch. That's a little troubling, but
it's fun to watch because we're so used to just seeing Drew Brees throw the ball,
and now he doesn't have to just sling it around all over the field anymore.
We actually get to see New Orleans with a running game. Mm-hmm. They have had some good running backs, right? Reggie? They had Reggie Bush.
They did have Reggie Bush, yeah.
And before Reggie Bush, they had the weed boy? Partner.
Oh, Ricky Williams.
Ricky.
Who didn't really come on to the scene as a great pro until he left and went to the Dolphins.
I like to call him Ricky Weed Williams.
Gosh.
He take a toke of the sticky icky.
That's so great. But I am going to talk a little bit about the defense. I'm going to go positive on it.
Okay, yeah.
The reigning defensive rookie of the year, Marshawn Lattimore.
Okay.
I mean, he is by and large a shutdown corner.
Right.
And I think that is very fair to say. As a rookie, no touchdown passes allowed.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
That's Dion-esque.
That is.
Right.
I mean, and you can only keep going up from there. It's kind of like, you just keep working on your craft, you're going to get even better.
Yep.
And work with some cats like Dion to get better. You know what I mean?
Cam Jordan coming off the edge.
Yeah.
I think that's he's phenomenal. He had a career year last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just going to continue to build off that.
I hope so.
They traded a lot of draft capital to get Marcus Davenport.
I think that was a good move though.
But and he's been hurt all of training camp, but he's finally healthy. Mm-hmm. And he has quite a bit of a learning curve ahead of him, coming from, UTSA, mm-hmm. University of Texas, San Antonio.
Right.
But him coming off the edge also with Cam Jordan, just the guy just oozes with gobs and gobs of raw potential.
Right.
And he didn't really grow into that body until he got to college. Mm-hmm. I mean, he was so poorly recruited coming out of high school because he was so small.
Yeah.
But man, he beefed up like mad crazy whenever he got to college.
Roids. Oh no, I'm just
no. No.
Just a joke.
And I know that you went on about the mistake that had happened in the Minneapolis Miracle last year.
Minneapolis Miracle, my butt.
But another rookie from that secondary in the time, Marcus Williams, the one who is the guilty culprit of that.
Marcus Williams would be riding the pine all year. If it was
he has trained extremely hard. Reports have been coming in like mad crazy that this guy is ready to go out and prove himself. And I would love to see him actually come in there and live up to the billing and actually live up to those reports that are coming in. I know you're not feeling what I'm saying.
I would love for him to send me some of the money they paid him to miss that tackle is what I would like. Send me a few dollars that they paid you to miss that tackle, bro. I mean, I'm not saying that this kid isn't good. I never said that. I said that somebody paid this boy to miss that tackle, man, because that was something that a high schooler could have done. That's the reason why I feel like he would ride the pine if it was up to me. At least I'll make him feel at least the first 4 games. Like, you know what? You're not going to play the first 4 games just because I'm going to make you feel how we felt when we lost that game.
Fine.
Man.
Who's the alternative?
I don't care who it is. I go get somebody from Gremlin.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, maybe I'll find a high school player, and bring him out there and let him play. But I'll put anybody. But he would just need to sit down just for a little while, and I would just want him to soak in that how major that mistake meant to the team, because he literally killed their Super Bowl hopes right in one stupid play. I know he's working hard.
That's-
And hey, man, you know what? Kudos
There's
to
no
you.
argument on that part.
Kudos to you, brother. Kudos to you, man. I'm talking from, and I'm not even a Saints fan. I'm just talking from a mad fan perspective, period. You know what I mean? If I was a Saints fan, I would be livid. And it's just you need to know how important that meant to everybody in New Orleans that you missed that tackle.
Yeah.
That hurt that whole city when you missed that tackle, brother. So you better get your butt out there, and I want to see nothing but interceptions from you, man. Tackle anything that's moving. Even if you got to hit one of the referees, I want to see you tackle him. If he got the ball and you don't supposed to, hit him. I want somebody hit, man. You know what I mean? Just hit people. Tackle people. Learn how to properly tackle people. Don't ever do that again, man. I will kick your butt for that, man.
Just make sure you don't hit him with your helmet.
Yeah, keep your helmet off.
Oh,
you know, yeah.
gosh.
Don't forget, man, we got the new rule, no
We're
helmets.
going to be seeing a lot of that this year.
Yeah.
Man, boy.
They do kind of like overemphasize that stuff whenever the preseason's going on, but I mean, if they're gonna if they're using that as the measuring stick right now, that has really got to be altered a little bit.
It's time for flag football. That's all I'm saying.
Unfortunately, I mean,
Yeah, y'all
it's
just
starting to get to that point.
Yeah, it is starting. Just go ahead, NFL. I know you want to do it anyway. Make it flag, so you can lose well over half of your fans, because that's pretty much what you're doing. You know, you can barely patty cake touch somebody, and then you're getting a fine. So I'm just waiting. Hopefully, I'm gonna live long enough to see when it becomes flag football, because that's all we're gonna have.
I'm hoping we do live long enough to see. I'm hoping it doesn't happen. The flag football thing. Obviously, if it does, I hope that we do live long enough to see it. That way we could be, totally reminisce about the glory days and everything.
Yeah,
kind of like what we always do anyway.
Right. It's going to become the NFFL, the National Flag Football League. It's going to get there eventually.
The NFFL.
The NFFL. And we're going to be sitting back in our old rocking
Sadly,
chairs.
it has a nice ring to it. But
We're going to be back in our old rocking chairs with our cane. Oh, man, you remember that Ray Lewis? Now, that was football. Because back then, you could rack somebody, boy, and lay him out. Boy, you remember how Ray Lewis used to rack them boys, man? I remember how Ray used to hit him. I used to love it when Ray hit him. God, I feel like Ray hit me sometimes. He hit him so hard.
man, I wish I had like some fake dentures or something to give you right now, just to like really go through the character. And it's funny that you mentioned Ray Lewis, because one guy that I haven't mentioned and nobody's really talking about this. You got to be like a die hard Saints fan to go this route. Demario Davis. Fantastic linebacker coming from the Jets in free agency. Fantastic bargain, but the guy is going to he's going to ball. He is going to straight ball.
He's going to thrive.
It's going to be great to watch.
He's going to thrive. The Saints going to be nice this year. And they may, I hope it's nice enough to get them right over that hump. You know what I mean? To get them past a team like Minnesota, to get them past a team like Philly. I hope it's nice enough to do that. Which two teams that are also beefed up. So I just hope that the Saints have
There's
enough.
a lot of teams in the NFC especially that have done a lot of, as you say, beefing up.
Yeah, they beefing up. I just hope they have enough. I just hope that the Saints have enough to get past, because I think they have enough to get to the playoffs easily. But when it's time,
there's no question about that. I
when
mean,
it's-
it would take Drew getting hurt for an extended period of time for them
Right.
not to make it back to the postseason.
Exactly. I just hope they have enough to deal with when it's time to eat the meaty teams like the Rams and Minnesota and Philly. You know what I mean? When you got to meet those,
Yeah.
Whew, those are juggernauts, man.
I hear you.
Yeah, juggernauts in the NFC, man.
Lots of them. I mean, 6 teams right now, I think, in the NFC. I mean, like we talked about in some of our previous shows, very much vying for a Super Bowl berth.
Yeah.
Not just continuing to get into the playoffs, but actually a championship contender.
Yeah, Rams being number one in my opinion. I just, they did so much on defense that, I almost see them as unstoppable. But it's just that it's what they did on defense. But like you said, their offense could be their Achilles heel.
It could. We're going to see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We are definitely going to see.
Yeah, man.
Do you have anything to close with on this, man?
Man, I just want to say this has been a fun, it hadn't been one of our longer podcasts, but it's just been a fun podcast because we're going to talk about teams that we like. And I,
Mostly.
you know, of course, I love talking about my Broncos, but I like the Saints, and I like the Lions as well. Matter of fact, back in my younger days, I used to wear some Lion stuff because I used to love that baby blue, baby. You know what I mean?
Honolulu blue.
Honolulu blue.
Don't worry, I got you, baby.
Well, Michael Jordan actually had some shoes that came out back when I was a little younger. I'm giving my age away now. And when I was in high school, you dig? And
Here comes the dentures.
And that was that North Carolina.
Man.
Yeah, that was that North Carolina blue, man. And I knew exactly.
Tar Heel blue.
Oh yeah, man. But look, that lion blue went right with it, baby. And I used to be fly. You feel me? I could throw me a Lion hat on, you know what I mean, with a little jersey. Wasn't a Lion fan, but I wore it,
Because you were a Barry Sanders fan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure.
Big time, man. Huge.
Lots of people, growing up in our generation, you may not necessarily have been a Lions fan,
but
everybody was a Barry Sanders
Everybody
fan.
loved Barry. Just like everybody loved Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
You might hate the
Raiders. But give me a break.
Every Bronco fan there is hate the Raiders. But let me tell you something. You could not hate Bo Jackson.
Yeah.
Absolutely no way. It wasn't possible. I mean, Bo knew football, man. You just couldn't hate Bo.
Bo knows everything.
Right.
I mean, that was part of the big campaign. But,
and Barry Sanders was, like you said, he was just that same type of running back, man. You loved him. Just like Megatron, to me, was that type of receiver. Everybody loved Megatron.
Yeah, that once-in-a-generation type talent.
Oh, man, he was quiet. He didn't talk smack. He was just a man that went out there and did his job. And
that's exactly what Barry did.
Yeah. Barry and Megatron, both of them.
Yeah.
They both were guys that just did their job. And man, come on, man. Thank you. I love this podcast. Thank you, the fans, for picking these teams because I enjoy talking about all three of them, man. And I really can't wait to see what we got coming next. But these were my three favorite teams to talk about.
Yeah. It's going to be a very, very exciting year. And I know everybody always says that every single year coming in, everything. But, I feel really good about it. I think it's obvious that you do.
I do.
The vast majority of our fans do as well. Guys, man, seriously, thank you guys so much for tuning in for our, yet again, live podcast. It's been a while since we've gone live. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that we decided to do live on this one in particularly. And as always, on behalf of all of us here at Sports at Night, myself, Todd Knight, Jevon Superman Miller, Hazard Knight, thank you, as always, for getting all this set up. Thank you for the props. Lou, Erica, thank you for the props. Jevon, thank you for this.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm thanking ourselves for this bit right here because we had to dig up some Lion stuff and we've got plenty of it. But yes, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see y'all on the other side, baby.
Bronco Country!
Yeah.
Bronco Country! Yeah, man.
Bronco Country, Bronco.
I'm excited. Yeah. Man, you guys got a quarterback.
There's lots to be excited about. Think about it for a second. You've all seen me, right? Yeah. Now you have Case Keenum.
Oh, a little case. Little case. Ooh.
What's with the whimpering? That's weird.
Little case.
Oh, man.